Oh my goodness. Great morning, great morning, great morning to you. I thought we weren't going to make it this morning. I do apologize for the technical difficulty. Let me say good morning. MORNIN to ya. I am so glad to be on board because I thought for a minute it wasn't going to happen. So let me go back and see if I can figure these things out. You know, sometimes it just is what it is. However, I am so happy to see you all this morning, and I'm going in and inviting everybody to the party. So without further ado, are you income shifting? That is our topic for this morning, and I am pleased to be bringing it to you. So just wanted to make sure that I invited folks in. It has been quite an interesting morning, and give me a few seconds. I'm done with that. And by the way, be sure to hit me up right in the feed. So with that being said, what are we talking about? What is the theme that is going on for the month of March? Well, the theme is live a debt-free lifestyle. That's what we really want to be about. The business of doing is living a debt-free lifestyle. And good morning to you, Regina. I got to tell you, Regina is there on the spot. If I say I'm broadcasting, she becomes the event ambassador. It is fantastic to have you. And by the way, wish Regina every success. She's got something happening on Monday. You can hit her up on Facebook and ask her what's going on, but give her some support. I'm really excited for her prospects. I think that's a hint, huh? Okay, so we're talking about living a debt-free lifestyle. My name is Brent Harding, and I am the founder of the Wealth Warrior broadcast. This broadcast is about wealth building and creating an incredible lifestyle. We are going into our third year, or we're actually in our third year, and we are definitely going to be changing it up because I have found an incredible product that is going to help us. Actually, it's a membership that's going to help all of us get to our destinations. And I've got to tell you, I've been implementing some things, and it is extraordinary to see that the possibilities, not the possibilities, the probabilities and the realities of my personal lifestyle are definitely coming to fruition. So I have to share with you that I'm enthusiastic about it. I want to also convey to you what you can expect this morning. We are going to be talking about personal financial success. We are going to be talking about 3 cash flow strategies, and we're going to be talking about what economists have to say. And I've got to tell you, it's really, really interesting. I'm having fun with that one in particular. I saw an excellent article that's got some phenomenal news that I want to share with you. So without further ado, our show today is brought to you, and throughout the remainder of the year, it is being brought to you by brentharding.myecon.net. It is the MyEcon product or membership that I am going to be sharing with you on an oftentimes basis. Why? Because I want to motivate you to action. I have not seen a membership product that delivers as much as this delivers. I am truly enthusiastic and absolutely excited about it. And you're going to hear about it constantly. With that being said, first order of business, share, share, share. And by the way, I just saw a message from Virginia. Oh, she commented on Sonia Fort's post, and I'm going to share a little bit about that with you in just a few minutes. But hit the share button on your phone. Share the broadcast with others. Good morning, Pamela Stone. It is great to have you on the broadcast this morning. Pamela, please put some information about your show on Wednesdays in the feed for us. We had a little bit of technical difficulty this morning, so I am really hopeful that other folks will join in and chime in because we want to have you here. Show some love and some thumbs up, some hearts. Did I get that right? Yeah, got it right? Oh, yes, and thumbs. Awesome. Okay, so without further ado, let's move into the first segment. Personal financial success. What does that mean? And what I'd like to share with you what I got out of a video and studying about this particular section really resonated with me, because what it means is having cash flow. And that's an operative word that we have got to get completely familiar with. What does that mean? Cash flow, money to support our lifestyles during our life right now, prior to retirement, during what are referred to as our working years. And the federal government has determined that we've got about 40 good years. Okay, so can you imagine we're going to be working for 40 years, day and night, if you will, in a matter of speaking. And so what they're saying is it's about cash flow. We want to have cash flow during our working years. However, we also want to have it through our retirement. And here's something else. We want to retire earlier. We don't want to have to retire when we're 65. How about we retire when we're 55? Wouldn't that be extraordinary? And if you're retiring when you're 60 or 65, that's okay too. But here's the deal. I'm going to go one step further. We want to be in position to leave a legacy. I am working with my nephews right now about legacy, things that they are interested in doing. I've got one that is very much interested in cryptocurrency. I've got another that says, hey, I'm not so much interested in that. However, he's interested in baseball. And so I said, well, if that's what you're interested in, then let's talk about investing. Why don't we invest in baseball and trading baseball cards, because there's money in there. Your assignment is to figure out how we invest. You're the manager of this, and we are going to create a bank and we're going to invest. So again, cash flow is about supporting us. And in terms of personal financial success, it's the flow of cash that supports us as we are living in our working years and in our retirement. And again, you hear me going one step further and saying, oh no, it's got to carry longer than that. It's got to also provide for a legacy. So here's the deal. During our retirement, and you know, we hear about that all the time because we're building up to that. Because there comes a point in time when we're not going to want to work as diligently as we are working now. We might not have the capacity. And so we need to plan for the existing here and now, and then capacity building. So here's what I'd like to share with you is during our retirement, our cash flow has to be generated from the things that we do now. For example, money that we're investing in stock, in bonds, in real estate, passive income, businesses, retirement accounts. We're in a state of living and planning for the future so that we can live that extraordinary life that we want to live. That's what this is about, is living that extraordinary life. So how do we attain this? We actually attain it through getting clear about personal financial success, embracing that so that we are living concurrently. We're living for the here and now, and we're also preparing for the future. We're preparing for what life will be like when we are not having to get up every morning. You know, we oftentimes say, I just want to sleep until I wake up. Isn't that the lifestyle that we want to live? And we want to be able to live it sooner than later. And so in order to do that, it requires that we be prepared for it. We've got to be prepared to live that kind of lifestyle. So with that being said, let me go on a little bit further. We want to build enough now. Build enough now in terms of our assets so that we have sufficient income, passive income, to support our lifestyles during retirement. Living now, having a good lifestyle, but having an extraordinary lifestyle when we are older and we just do not feel like doing those kind of things anymore. Getting up, having to be up at 6:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning, whatever the case may be. So let me hit that one up again. We're talking about personal financial success as it relates to creating a debt-free lifestyle, because March is about debt-free lifestyle. So here's the deal. We want to be positioned to create cash flow that supports us through retirement, and I'm going to submit to you that it creates a positioning for legacy, to leave it. Start now with that legacy. I've got two nephews, 11 and 17. Start them now. So guess what? They become accustomed to that kind of lifestyle, and they are prepared to do it for the next generation. I know Regina's got some grandchildren. She wants to make that happen. Pamela has grandchildren. She wants to make that happen. And that is such a critical and important thing. And so to that end, let's make it happen now. Let's make it happen today, now. And again, we want to create it so that during our lifestyle, during our retirement, we have cash flow. Cash flow. And where does cash flow come from? It comes from the stocks. It comes from the bonds. It comes from real estate. You know, I've always said that real estate is a main staple and such a necessity. And then we have passive income. Businesses, some of us have businesses. We want that flow to keep going. We want the residuals that carry us, that allow us, hey, do you feel like going? I feel like going shopping in New Jersey today. They've got some they've got some really nice consignment stores in New Jersey that I'd like to go and visit. Hail to that. Welcome, Nellie. Thank you, Regina, for making sure that Nellie is welcomed in. Hey, folks, put some comments in the feed so that we know that you're there and I can give you a personal shout out, okay? Now, attaining personal financial success, we know that a portion of that has to do with the action that we take right now. So with that being said, I want to invite you to go up to brentharding.myecon.net and get your own membership so that you can hear this information. You're going to get a lot more depth. I'm giving you surface. However, we do not do anything without checking things out. That is such a critical component, is checking information out. I'm going to give you the primer. When you become a member, you get access to everything. And gotta tell you, that's critical mass. So with that being said, let's do some acknowledgments. Absolutely, absolutely. We have got an early riser. Congratulations to Lena Milani, and it's Lena, M-I-L-A-I-L-I. So Milali, I hope I said that right. Lena Milali, congratulations! Early riser. We've got an honorable mention that goes to Tabitha and Figs. Yay! Tabitha, you've got honorable mention. Also, Robert Mitchell, good morning to you. Thank you. Shout out to you. Bunny Daria, shout out to you. Al Peters, good morning. And I want to give a special shout out to Sonia Fort, who has a photography company that she started. I am excited for her. Want to acknowledge that she does amazing work. Please go up on her Facebook page and give a shout out to her. She has been she's been posting this morning about some fears around networking. However, she's jumping into the fray. She's going to be with me at a couple of my events at the end of the month and in April as well. I'll tell you a little bit of detail about that. Want to welcome Charlene Castillo. She is a new member to our Wealth Warriors broadcast and family. She's been with Facebook since 2013. She has 4,966 friends. Woo! Oh my goodness. I got to run and catch up. So welcome aboard, Shalina. Well, with that being said, we have given the acknowledgments. And I'm going to reiterate and reiterate and reiterate till you get tired of hearing me and you take some action. Go up to MyEcon, go up to brentharding.myecon.net and check out something called the Cash Flow Manager. The Cash Flow Manager is something that you can actually put on your phone. And what you can do is take pictures of those receipts. You can categorize those and you know how your money is flowing. Cash flow. How is your cash flowing? Are you balancing things out? Do you actually have sufficient income? Where are you overspending at? Where could you be taking some of those funds and putting them into investments in creating the passive income that you are going to need as you progress in your career? Wouldn't it be extraordinary to be able to retire? I know a gentleman that retired at 43. Now that is some extraordinary planning, baby. That is some extraordinary planning. 43 years old. Wouldn't we like to be able to say in 48 months from now, we can retire because of the things that we've done today? That would be extraordinary. We've got some good content to keep going. So share with friends and family so that they have an opportunity to participate as well. I'm looking on my phone right here and I see a couple of folks that have actually done some Facebooking. So I just want to say I appreciate the fact that Virginia has shared on Sonia's Facebook page, Dolores on Sonia's page. I just want to, give a little shout out to her and move her along. But let me go back and share again why the MyEcon. The reason for that, and the reason I'm stressing it, is to move you to take action. Become a member. There are two sides to this. There is the side that is strictly membership, and you get the benefits of membership. And then there's also the side where you can turn this into a business. And the beauty of turning it into a business is it becomes a tax deduction. And what did we say about taxes? When you think about the wealthy, what are they always checking out? They're checking out the taxes. Why? Because it's not how much money you make. We make money. It's how much we keep. Well, somebody hashtag, it's about what we keep. It is about what we keep. That is really the antithesis of what we are talking about here, what we keep. And so look at what the wealthy are doing. They are continuously looking at the money. They're looking at what happens with their money through their taxes. Because if you're paying 39%, yes, 39% of our money is going out in taxes. We're just burning it off. I want to give another special shout out and thank you to Regina Jones-Jenkins, who is our event ambassador for this event. And yes, this is an event. The weekly broadcasts are events. So I want to give a shout out to her because she rises to the occasion and we love you for it. Let's move into our next segment. And our next segment is three cash flow strategies. We're going to hone in on one of them today, which actually is what the broadcast is about. And that is about our income shifting. And income shifting is for those that are working a 40-hour work week or working for an employer, let's put it that way. If you are employed by somebody other than yourself, this is going to be a pivotal component for you. What we're talking about in income shifting is adjusting your W-4. The monies that are taken out to pay your federal taxes, we can actually adjust those. We can adjust those so that it provides immediate cash flow for investing, debt elimination, or our lifestyle. And so when you go up to brentharding.myecon.net, you are going to, down at the bottom of the page, you see the join button, and you can join that. And the first thing that you want to do is you want to go in and review the videos that are available to you. And one of those talks about income shifting, and it gives you the procedure on how to, are you ready for this? Break even with the IRS. That's right. Break even with the IRS. What? Income shifting is about taking that W-4 and adjusting the deduction, the number of deductions, adjusting those so that you actually take that cash and you can put that to good use. I was talking to one of my colleagues about this very thing. She had received some information from a gentleman who had just come aboard in terms of his membership. Literally a week prior, he became a member, and he sent her copies of his pay stubs, the deductions from the pay stub, the week before and the following week. He figured that the W-4 would actually go into effect in about a few weeks. And it actually happened that very week. And he was able to add an additional $61 to his take home times 4. He's got $240 that he can put to effective use. And it's through income shifting. Now, warning. Before you take this action, it is imperative that you understand how it works. That means you listen to the videos. You may choose to have a conversation with your tax professional. You certainly can have a conversation with me. Now, let me make this disclaimer. I am not a tax professional. I am not certified by the IRS to provide any tax information, in that I cannot unequivocally say to you, do this, do this, do that. What I can do is provide you with information so that you can make an informed decision. However, I do know this: the informed decisions are working. So you're going to listen to that video several times over. And the reason that you're going to listen to it several times over is so that you are intimately familiar with that information and you are able to actually make an informed decision. We do know this: income shifting is actually alive and it is working. And so I'm going to implore you to take advantage of it. Can you imagine? He's added $240 to his cash flow every month. So he can take some of that, put it towards debt, some of that, put it towards savings. And see, here's the deal. People always think you've got to have the big thing. It's the little things that'll get you. What do they always say about crime? It's not the crime, it's the cover-up. So in this instance, we want to help you to get intimately familiar with the fact that you have power. You have the power to break even with the IRS, and it's through income shifting. Are you income shifting yet? If you are not, then you need to give more than the usual consideration. If in fact you are about the business of wealth building, then yeah, this is a pivotal part. You know, we used to always, you used to hear me in the past talk about business, and being an entrepreneur and being self-employed. And that was the way. And so some of you said, well, there's no point in me watching this broadcast, Brent, because, hey, you know, you're not talking to me. How about this? I'm talking to you now. And we're talking serious business. This is about wealth building. And step 1, become a member. Remember, membership has its privileges. Step 2, listen to the orientation. Step 3, take action on the tax withholding, because that is the beginning of your lifestyle and cash flow change. Hey, welcome aboard, Valerie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So as Regina says, hey, Valerie Hall, good morning. And I am going to show you some love. How about that? Up, There's my love to you. Thank you, Regina. First step, become a member. Go up to www.brentharding.myecon.net. Now, next week, we're going to be talking about one of the other two strategies. Remember, there were three strategies. The first strategy is income shifting. Second strategy is business income. Third strategy is passive income. How about that? Was that good? I hope that you enjoyed that very, very much. Now, we gotta share. Remember, hit the share button, please. We've still got some more information to go, and I want to make sure that your friends, see, here's the deal. This is a gift that you get to give them by bringing them aboard. Come on, the water is warm. I know it's cold outside, but jump in. We love it. With that being said, announcements. On March 28th, I am hosting a networking and after party event. That's Wednesday, March 28th at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be at The Point at 147 Hanover Street in Boston, Massachusetts. It's at the Point Pub. We will be on the second floor. That's right. We will be on the second floor. And guess what? Sonia Tanea Fort is going to be there. She is going to be not only taking pictures, and you will have an opportunity to have some cameo shots. She also has some wonderful art that is going to be available for you, maybe to put in your home and put in your office. Why did I do that? Because we are having a theme, and we asked her to be the theme maker. And so she is putting up some black and white shots, as well as some color shots, color photos, some prints, things of that nature. Just want to beautify it up and put some extraordinary stuff up there. So I wanted to share that with you. You want to be with us on that day. We have a number of people who have already registered for it. Albertha Bogan will be there with us. And Regina, we're letting you know we'd like for you to be there with us as well. I want to share with you that Albertha Bogan is going to be one of our event ambassadors for that day, for that evening. And so I am enthusiastic as all outdoors. So that, again, is March 28th. It's the networking and after party. Bring your cards, bring your resumes, because decision makers are going to be there, and this is for everyone. 147 Hanover Street, and that is in downtown Boston, accessible by the Orange Line. Parking is across the street at the Boston Public Market. Alrighty, that's March 28th, Wednesday evening, 6:30 to 9. And then get on up for the 29th at 8 a.m. I have the privilege of speaking at the Dudley Main Street's Women Entrepreneurs Breakfast, which begins at 8 a.m. sharp. And I will tell you this, I have already been told by Jean Richardson, it will start promptly on time. I will have the privilege of being introduced to that audience, and I am so enthusiastic to be doing that. Ms. Lowe will be introducing me, and I want to give a shout out and a thank you to her as well. So that's on the 29th. That's at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. It is going to be at the Bruce Bowling Building, which is at 2301 Washington Street. There is parking all throughout the area, so we should have no problem with the parking. Both of those events, you can go up to Eventbrite and you can get your tickets. And then on April 18th, yes, it goes on. On April 18th, I have the privilege of being joined by the Women's Supper Club, which is headed up by Shakita Rice. We will be having that event at the pub, the Point Pub. Again, 147 Hanover Street in downtown Boston. And this is interesting because it's a joint activity. It is networking and after party joins the women's supper, the women business the Women Business Supper Club. So I am so excited about that. Again, tickets may be purchased on Eventbrite. That's right, on Eventbrite. So you talk about excited and enthusiastic. We are excited and enthusiastic. So those are 3 immediate events. And there are some more. So I'm going to keep pumping the list and letting you know every week what is going on. Now, be on the lookout. Yes, April, I will be at the Hub Impact, Boston, Hub Impact Boston, and I will be featuring a series, the April series, I Want My Life Back Better. If you have had challenges, you have had, life has just been challenging, and you are saying, I just want my things back. I'm going to submit to you, you want them back better. And this series is going to help you to get there. We all have challenges from time to time. And it is about how do we get past the crisis? How do we get past it so that we can live on the better side of it? We're going to be doing a series on that. Coco Bright is in the house. Hey! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I love you. Mwah. Coco Bright, wonderful woman. Please go up, show her some love. She is continuously bringing to light so many issues that affect many person. Extraordinary woman, love her to death. Please support her causes as well. Make sure that you show her some love. Go on up and hit her up and let her know that you saw her feed, right? You saw her post right here and that you want to support her. And I appreciate that tremendously. We are now rolling into segment 3, what are economists saying? But before we do that, MyEcon, remember, brentharding.myecon.net. Membership has its rank and its privilege. You want to be ranked up. With that being said, what are economists saying? I found an amazing article about a woman by the name of, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Chinye Oath, Chinye, C-H-I-N-Y-E-R-E, Chinyere, O-T-H-E. Now, why did this article move me? Well, it moved me because it spoke about no price tags. These neighbors built their own economy without money. Okay, so let me say that one again. I just love this thing, what I saw here. This woman, a woman started this, her name, Chinyere, C-H-I-N-Y-E-R-E, O-T-H-E, built this, started this in 2010, and she's out of St. Louis, and she started it with 10 friends. Here's what she did. She helped to build an economy without money. It's called time banking, T-I-M-E-banking. And it's a model of trading skills, goods, and labor instead of money. There are close to 500 banks across the United States. It's sort of a barter system in which members deposit hours. They deposit the hours of things that they can do. And then they trade those off. Now, it's actually been around since the 1980s. However, she put a twist on it that really drove this bank. It really drove this bank. In fact, the name of her group is called Cowry Collective, C-O-W-R-Y, Cowry Collective, and it's actually named after the shells, the cowrie shells that were once used as currency in Africa, China, and North America. So you're trading, you get, for every hour, you get a cowrie shell, and you trade those. In fact, she said that her first trade was on getting her lawn done. So the person says, this is how many cowrie shells it's going to cost to get that done. You are paying it in cowrie shells. There are 500 banks across the country that have the currency of time. And again, it's called time banking. You become a member. It does, what do we say? Membership. It has its privileges, ladies and gentlemen. What else can I say about that? It has its privilege. But can you imagine doing something like that, trading and creating that kind of currency that gets you what you want and gets the other person what they want? And it is a viable exchange. And so that's what this economist is saying. So what are the economists saying? It's Brent Harding as the economist. If you want more detail on this, hit me up. You can email me at brentharding617@gmail.com, or you can text me at 617-438-7949, and I'll tell you where you can get more details about time banking. Woo! I can't believe time goes by so quickly. Thank you all so much for being with me this morning and through the technical difficulty. So let's take a look at what we talked about this morning, because we had one heck of a morning. Keeping in the lineup of March in our theme for the month of March is live a debt-free life. That means get positioned to live a debt-free life. I gotta stop for a moment and say, oh, Coco Bright, you alive. She said that is dope. Rich without money. Yes, you get it, woman. Let me give you some love nuts on that one. Absolutely love that one, and love the second one too, because that is what we're talking about. So you give your time, and you can keep those dollar cash currency flowing to create passive income. You're giving your time and you're getting cowrie shells as an cowrie exchange. So that means that your cash continues to make money, passive income, while you trade your time. What a hell of a concept. You know, you do not even need to guess. Am I becoming a member right after this broadcast? Yes. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. So with that being said, what did we talk about today? We talked about we said that we would deal with personal financial success. And you can find more details, more depth about the personal financial success on brentharding.myecon.net. However, what did we talk about? We talked about the fact that cash flow, we need to create cash flow to support our lifestyles during our working years and during our retirement. Now that's what you'll see on the MyEcon. I'm going one step further in saying also through our legacy, so that we leave a legacy for the next generation, so our children are not having to go through the things that we went through. They will do life better. Our children and our grandchildren will leave a legacy that will give us a heritage. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are committed to making happen. During our retirement years, we need cash flow. So that means we need to start now to create cash flow so that during the retirement, we live the lifestyle that we choose to live. You know, we keep talking about we can sleep until we get up. That's the lifestyle we want to live. And if that's what you want to live, then we need to start now. Part of that is we need to position ourselves to generate cash flow through stock, through bonds, through real estate, through passive income, businesses, retirement accounts. So in order to attain the personal financial success that gives sufficient for the lifestyle we're living now, and for our future when we're not through our working years, when we're past those working years that give us choice. We may choose that we don't want to have to continuously live the lifestyle of working. We want to make it earlier. We have the right and we have the possibility, and it can very well, no, it will be our reality if we choose to. So in order to make that happen, that means that we need to employ some strategies. And see, here's the deal. Many a time, we're not told about these strategies. I am most appreciative to those that brought this to me. And one of them in particular was Dr. Wright, who brought this information to me by way of my econ. And I am passing it on. I'm giving this information to you, and I'm employing you. If you say you want to wealth build, then wealth build starts here and now. 3, we're going to focus in on 3 cash strategies, cash flow, flowing the cash flow strategies. And those include income shifting, business income, and also passive income. We talked about the fact that income shifting is about adjusting the W-4 if in fact you are in your working years, you are employed by somebody other than yourself, then you likely have a W-2. We need to adjust the W-4 so that it can provide immediate cash flow. Our mission, however, is to break even with the IRS. Let's not give the federal government the opportunity to use our money all year long with no interest payments. None. They don't give us interest on that money. We're so happy in January, February, March to get our money back with no interest. What? That's what we're doing. Now we're going to break even. This is legal. However, I encourage you, talk to your tax preparer, talk to your tax consultant, talk to your tax attorney, talk to your tax lawyer, because the disclaimer is this: I am not a tax professional. I am a professional entrepreneur who has lived what we're talking about. Always check, read, do your research, and you can do it at brentharding.myecon.net. Okay, so those were the 2 we had. Announcements, and let me give them to you again. March 28th, you and I, all of us, meeting down at the Point Pub, 147 Hanover Street, Boston, Massachusetts, at 6:30 p.m. at networking and after party. We are going to have a blast. Now, we are not going to hang out all night like we did the last time, okay? We are going to be there from 6:30 to 9. We're going to go home and get some sleep because we are going to be ready to rise on Thursday morning. Brent Harding is speaking at the Dudley Main Street's Women Entrepreneurs Breakfast. It is going to be terrific. It's at 2301 Washington Street, which is the Bruce Bowling Building in Roxbury. Want to see you at both of those events this month. Tickets are on Eventbrite. Also, prepare for next month, April 18th. The networking and after party meets the Women Business Supper Club group headed up by Shakita Rice. She and I will be hosting an event, a networking event, and it's going to be very interesting and different. That's going to be, again, at the Point Pub, 147 Hanover Street in Boston, 2nd floor. I shared with you to be on the lookout for the series, I Want My Life Back Better. I'm going to be offering that series. It's going to be at the Hub Impact in Boston. We wrapped up the broadcast in segment 3 with what are economists saying, and we talked about something that I am just tickled pink about, and that is time banking. Neighbors built their own economy without money, and as Coco Bright said, that will make you rich. Your cash gets to continue growing while you bank time. There are 500 of them across the country. It was started by Shinyeri, and I want to say Oath, back in 2010, and it is the Cowrie Collective. Check it out. Go out and do some Googling and find out more details about that. And if you want to know where I read some of this information, send me a text, 617-438-7949. I'll be glad to share it with you because information is power. That was something that I would always hear Coco Bright say when we were on broadcast together. Now, with that being said, next week, we're going to be talking about the second of the strategies, and that's going to be business income. Again, still within the theme of March, and that is creating a debt-free lifestyle. Man, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. This has been, is your mind just going, because of all the detail and content? I hope so, because I'll tell you what, I am up at 6:30 on Saturday morning, making sure I am prepared for you. It has been my pleasure to be with you again. My name is Brent Harding. I am the founder of the Wealth Warrior broadcast. I want to give a thanks, serious thanks, and shout out to Regina Jones Jenkins for being our event ambassador for the broadcast. Or I should say, I'm going to come up with a better term for that. Make it stand out and special. Regina, appreciate you tremendously. Wishing you every success on Monday. Again, want to say Lena Malini, and I hope Lena Milani, our early riser, Tabitha Ann Figgs, who got the honorable mention, and Shalina Castillo, who is a new member on the Wealth Warrior broadcast. Sonia Fort, I will see you both on March 28th, and I'll see you on April 18th. I want to say thank you again to those that rose early, to those that put information in the feed, Bunny, Daria, also Al Peters. And again, we had an extraordinary show. We will see you next week. And as I like to say, go out today and be absolutely extraordinary. See you next week.